Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I'm Sunny Pancholi, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leaders interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulas for many. And this is what we aim for with these sessions by making them a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge-sharing community. We have one such corporate heavyweight on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Mr. Pradyumna Pandey. He is a distinguished professional with over 3 decades of experience who embodies a rare blend of technical expertise, leadership acumen, and a commitment to excellence. His career journey has traversed various domains from plant maintenance and mechanical engineering to design engineering and project management. Throughout his illustrious career, he has consistently exhibited remarkable proficiency in areas such as design engineering of rotating turbo machinery, rotor dynamics, lean management, Six Sigma, and reliability-centered maintenance, to name a few. Currently, he is giving his invaluable services in the capacity of HOD of Machinery at MHI Engineering India Private Limited. Welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, Mr. Pandey.
Thank you.
So, could you provide an overview of your career journey, highlighting the key milestones and transitions that brought to your current role as the HOD of Machinery at MHI Engineering India Private Limited?
Yeah, sure. So I started my journey in 92 after passing from REC Rourkela in mechanical engineering. And my first job was in a Birla Group company, Aditya Birla Group. It was in Indian Rayon in Saurashtra area, very close to the most famous temple of Lord Somnath. And so there I, of course, started as a plant maintenance engineer, as you just mentioned. And here I was exposed to project management and construction of a captive power plant, which was based on a CFBC boiler, circulating fluidized boiler. And this technology was gaining prominence because of the fact that you could use any kind of fuel, including lignite and even municipal waste. So the idea was to be able to use low-grade coal, which is available in abundance in the Gujarat area. And I worked here for 4 years, and then I moved on to Indogal Fertilizers, which is in UP near Sultanpur, very close to Lucknow. This is an ammonia urea complex, and this is, of course, you may have heard of this plant. Here again, I was in mechanical maintenance. I spent time in almost all the departments in ammonia plant, urea plant, bagging, and including maintenance planning, non-destructive testing. So I kept on learning all the aspects of plant operations and maintenance, both. Now, here I was up to 2005. Thereon, I moved to SRF, fluorochemicals. This is in Bhiwadi, very close to Delhi. This makes chlorofluorocarbons, or what you call as refrigerant gases. This plant has a lot of hazardous chemicals. So it was challenging. Here I first time became the head of the mechanical department. I was also given responsibility for stores and purchase and a power plant as well, since I had exposure to power plant. This plant, here I stayed for about 2 years. And I could for the first time see the challenge in this is a SRF was a, you can say, medium scale industry. So the challenges were of different kind, which I had faced earlier in the bigger group of Aditya Birla. But anyhow, I survived and I continued working. But plant job is challenging in different ways. Is physically tiresome and challenging. And I had always had a dream of being in design engineering. So if you know, engineering is a design course. So earlier days, we did not have so many design jobs in India. 2000 onwards, many design companies started setting office in India. One of them was Samsung Engineering. And since so many companies came to India and there was a shortage of engineering professionals, design engineering professionals, I got the opportunity to switch from plant to design engineering. So here I started a journey in this design engineering field. And I was again lucky to get an opportunity of being the lead engineer for a very prestigious project, Opal Dahej. It is a dual feed cracker unit. It is a big project. And Samsung Engineering Samsung Engineering Korea was working along with Samsung Engineering India together jointly on this project. And I had a team of about 15 engineers, and we successfully completed the engineering of this very prestigious project. And of course, it was a great learning experience for me. And from there onwards, I moved to Mitsubishi Heavy Industries in 2011. And up till now, I have been in this company. And yes, I can say that I have been able to, you can say, gain experience in plant maintenance as well as in design engineering. And it has been a great experience of learning and applying my knowledge, what I have learned. So here again, I have been a head of department for the last 10 years. So that's in a nutshell my experience so far.
Pandey, thank you for the excellent start to this interview. And I must say, your career journey is truly inspiring.
Yeah, thank you.
So continuing our conversation, Mr. Pandey, our viewers would like to know, your career showcases a transition from the chemical and fertilizer industry to the EPC industry. So what prompted this transition and what valuable lessons did you bring from your previous experiences to your current role in designing engineering?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, when I started, or you can say my generation of engineers started their career, there were not many opportunities in design engineering, but engineering basically is a design engineering course. So is more of design. But unfortunately, because of less jobs in design, most of the engineers in India used to be working in plant operations and maintenance. So there also we need engineers, but not in such large numbers. And we did not have the opportunity. For the first time, till 2005, you might say a few engineering companies were there like EIL and PDIL in government, and a few more maybe in private like Bechtel, etc. But 2000 onwards, there was a flood of so many EPC companies that came in to set up office in India. So that gave this break for us to apply our knowledge, what we studied in college, to design equipment. So maintenance is something which is, of course, very important to make the plant run. So if the equipment breaks down, you have to get it up and running so that you can continue to make production for the owners. But our heart, for an engineer is in how to create equipment and machinery based on our knowledge, what we have learned. So that was, of course, a very big driving force. The advantage of having been in plant maintenance is that if you study something just academically, it does not appeal to you. But once you have seen something and interacted with these equipment and machinery during maintenance, you have seen every part and every equipment inside those machines, you are better able to understand the role this machine is supposed to play, and it helps in designing, because you can see how these equipment and machine in a plant are linked to each other to work as a system on the whole. So now you're in better position to design equipment because you know exactly what is the requirement and demand from that machine. And moreover, many of the design codes that we have in, say, API, which is the standard used American code for all the equipment in, you can say, petrochemicals and chemicals and oil and gas sector, are American standards. So half of, you can say, maybe I should not say half, but maybe sometimes even more of the clauses in these codes, they come from direct industrial experience. So they are not all theoretical. So it helps us to understand why certain clauses have been put in the code, because I have already seen them in the plant. So that helps us to, the plant experience helped me in getting to grip with this design. engineering work, which I started from Samsung Engineering and continued in MHI Engineering, and I'm doing still.
That sounds incredible. So, building on to that, our viewers would like to know, you have received a patent for an air conditioning product. So, can you provide me more details about this innovation and any other innovations you have been involved in throughout your career?
Yeah, I have had a creative bent of mind right from the beginning when I started at Indian Rayon. Even then, I had participated in a design contest in the National Institute of Design, Ahmedabad. So I submitted around 4 or 5 of my ideas. All were selected. I went there to present them, and it was appreciated. I got some certificates. Of course, the idea was that to motivate and encourage young engineers and other innovative people to bring those ideas into reality. Some of them may have been selected, but of course, I knew that since most of the ideas which I had, they required huge investment. So obviously, I did not expect NID to invest such huge amounts from a budding entrepreneur, innovator, or you can say inventor. So I understood why they would not move forward on these my inventions, but they were appreciated nonetheless. And then when I was there, I made some of on my own some prototypes of models using how to use C waves to generate electricity. I mean, not before electricity, you have to convert that velocity to potential. So I built some kind of I took some pieces of pipe and built something so that I could raise water to a higher level. Of course, that was a very crude model. I could see that it can work, but it needed a lot of effort. Anyway, so I continued doing these things. Then one day I got the idea of this patent that I have. It is about air conditioned bed. The idea is exceedingly simple. Anybody can understand. Say when you use air conditioners in India most of the time in bedrooms, and when you are sleeping, obviously you don't need to cool the whole room. You can do it if you just the area around your bed is cooled. That is more or less enough. And air conditioners are the biggest consumers of electricity. So I thought, why not cut down the power consumption of this air conditioner? Why not cool just the area around the bed? So I applied for patent for something is enclosure with a small air conditioner, which could be retrofitted in the bed. And of course, it has to be safe so that the occupant does not get electrocuted. I used the services of a patent attorney and I submitted my application, and then I forgot about it. For the next 10 years, I did not pursue, but I got a letter from ITBHU, their incubation center. You have submitted this. Why don't you come to us and we will help you in developing this? Anyhow, I went there. They also showed interest, but they put the responsibility of developing prototype on me only. I proceeded further. I completed the patent application process. I got the patent in 2014. And I tried to commercialize it, but of course, I understood immediately patenting and getting patent is the easier part. The bigger challenge is to bring it to market. And that requires, among other things, a lot of money. In those days, there was no such thing as venture finance now, which is there. So I just let it go as it is. But yeah, the idea is still workable. The patent shall be expiring next year. And I have long-term plans that I will someday commercialize it. And I have so many other things in my mind which I can do. The idea of being an independent director, I think it is going to help, because when you get into a board and you start interacting with other people, especially CEOs and chairmen of large corporations, maybe then we can, by networking, we can, of course, convince people about these and market the concepts. Obviously, I know selling an invention is tougher than selling a company, because now this is the age of startups. People are not interested in inventions. They're interested in companies which can be scalable and which can increase in size and revenue like anything, even though they may be in losses. So I understand the financial aspects now better than earlier. So yes, patent is useful. It is intellectual property, but it is even better if you convert it into a startup. So for that, this is the step that I am taking, and I hope to achieve success. There are so many other ideas, as you said. Nowadays, we are having solar power, which has become so important, and then we have electric vehicles. But you may knowing EVs are considered as clean technology, even though everybody knows they are not clean. What we are doing is, instead of burning petrol or diesel under the hood, you are burning coal in a remote power plant. 75% of power which is generated in our grid is coal power. So EVs are practically coal-fired cars. So the best thing will be if you could use solar power or renewable energy. And there are some challenges in using renewable energy directly in a car. I have been exploring and studying this. So I have in mind something whereby you could use a portable solar power system, something like, you can something like you can open up like an umbrella, big one, and you can fold it and keep in the car, or if wherever you want, you can open it and install it, and you can directly use that solar power to charge your car. The best part will be, you may have heard of fast chargers, DC fast chargers, which can charge a car in 15 minutes or 30 minutes. And solar power gives you DC only. So theoretically, it is possible, and you can have a fast charging system with solar power. The challenge will be, of course, how to have a large solar, module, which can be easily folded and made compact so that you can keep in car when you are not using it. And when you are going on a long drive, you may halt somewhere for a tea break. You just easily open it up, and in 15-20 minutes, by the time you finish your cup of tea, your car is charged and ready. So likewise, there are so many other things we can do, so many things where I can apply for patents, and I know I can get patents. But again, as I said, the challenge is to commercialize these technologies. So a whole lot of things have to go into it. So I have those things in mind. Hopefully, I will be able to do them.
Amazing, Mr. Pandey. So now that we have discussed your career journey, your professional pursuits, roles, and responsibilities, let's move ahead and discuss the subject of ESG and corporate governance. So here is my question to you, and a very obvious one. How and when did you develop an interest in ESG and corporate governance?
Yeah, when I joined this course for the independent director, I had heard of ESG, but when we were discussing the independent director course, I also was explained about the role of this environmental, social, and corporate governance aspects. Of course, Mr. Jayamurthy, who was our faculty, he explained to us, and I immediately understood the importance of these three things. Especially, it is a global phenomenon all over the world. Environment, of course, everybody knows that we are heading for huge disruption because of the climate change, and every industry must rein in and be responsible for climate. And then the other two aspects, social and governance issues, we have had so many scams. So the governance issues are also important, and social, human rights, etc. All these things are suddenly now becoming very important because of maybe earlier people may have been able to hide behind lack of information, but we are in the era where on internet you can, any wrongdoing by any person can be immediately spread all over the world very quickly, and it can have big ramifications for any company. And no company, no government can hide like they used to earlier. Now everybody is immediately exposed to the wrongdoings they have done, and they can be brought to book. So it is technology. I think there is one more big thing which has happened, that a person who is a wrongdoer is inevitably going to get caught, and he cannot survive in business if he is doing anything wrong, whether for environment, whether for human rights and other things, or even for like scandals, like scams. So and all the governments are now moving very fast on these directions, that companies, as we know, we have to publish BRSR for the top 1,000 companies. So now it is going to be a necessity, and this thing helps me to understand how important this is. So I was then immediately hooked up to this, and then I took the course. So that was my, yeah.
Absolutely. So as an ESG and corporate governance expert, what values do you bring to the table?
So because of my exposure to industry, and because of being in this in these industries, And being in India, we have been exposed to environment concerns. Of course, we have seen the drastic effect of environment that is happening not only in India, but all over the world. Social and governance also, we have seen the bad sides of not taking care of these things. So I think we have huge opportunities in India in all three aspects, and to make people aware. I mean, I have apart from being innovative, I have a knack of teaching and telling people, educating people, and I like to discuss things about to make things better, to improve things. So I think if I uh, engage in these ESG, all these three parts of ESG, it will be interesting for me, and I shall be able to contribute, because I can see the not only the rules. I don't see them just as rules. I see the intent behind making those rules, why they have been there, and how it links to our future and well-being of whole of humanity. So maybe this aspect is something which connects with me very well. That's one reason why I like to be working on these ESG things in the future.
Rightly said, Mr. Pandey. Okay, so let's move ahead. And since we were also talking about technology and its impact on your landscape, so here is my next question to you. As someone working closely with technology, what are some of the most remarkable changes you have seen in your field with the changes in technology? That is part A. And part B is, what changes do you expect to see with the advent of things like IoT, AI, ML, blockchain, big data, Web 3.0, etc.?
Right, right. The one thing which has captured the imagination of the whole world nowadays is AI, artificial intelligence. And it is beyond any doubt, it is going to drastically change the landscape of industry and the whole human society in the next 10 years, maybe sooner. AI is very interesting and very challenging both. So when we talk of AI, artificial intelligence, I can say with confidence that in the next 10 years, if in any segment or any sector, if there are, say, 10 companies, which are the top 10, I can say that for the next 10 years, two or three companies would be which will have maybe the market share, 90% market share. And these companies will be those who have adopted AI in a big way. And those who do not, they will be just lost in history. They will not survive. So it is something like that. It is so important. What I can understand, and I have a general idea. Anything that we are doing today, any project we are doing, say if it takes 6 years to do that project, with AI we may be able to squeeze it to 1 year. If it takes, and the time and cost both, if it takes 6 months, we may squeeze to 1 month. If it takes 6 weeks, it may be squeezed to 1 week. So you can imagine the impact it will have on companies that adopt AI, and it can remove the drudgery of our life. But then there are challenges. The challenges are coming because people are treating AI in a different way as compared to other technologies. As an engineer, I have seen we have used technology to serve human society. But AI, somehow, I am surprised why it is so, I don't know. But people are treating it like their master. If you treat AI like a master, then AI is going to control you. I think all the people who are using AI, who are going to use AI and who are developing AI systems, they must realize it is a technology, it is to serve us, not we to serve them. So when you think of AI like a master, you get two things. Either you treat it like God or you treat it like the devil. But the thing is, it should not be treated that way. It should be treated to serve us. So, and we have already made mistakes. Why I say master and slave, I'll give you one example. We may have heard of the case of Boeing, this aircraft manufacturing company. They installed a software and algorithm to control stall. Now, stall is a phenomena that if a plane which is running horizontally, if it somehow for some reason starts tilting upwards, then the stall software were installed to bring the nose back to horizontal level. It malfunctioned. When it malfunctioned and the pilot saw that this is malfunctioning, the stall software started pushing the nose downwards to make it crash. Pilots tried to control the plane and bring it back to horizontal, but they were surprised that the human pilots did not have the control. The algorithm had more command and control over the system. The AI could override the decision of human pilot, and human pilot cannot override the decision of AI. So what you have done is you have made AI the master of humans, which was the blunder. And if people are going to treat AI like their masters, where the AI is going to control us, that is something which is disastrous. It will either make it like a devil or you are treating it like God. So I feel that AI has huge potential, but it should be in our control. We should be able to control it. One example is AI is artificial intelligence, but we have dealt with human intelligence throughout human history. So we know of Dhirubhai Ambani, we know of Henry Ford. Henry Ford has given a very famous statement where he said that I hire people who are smarter than me, who are more intelligent than me. So why I do so? Because since they know more, they are more smart, so they can do my business, handle my business much better. That does not mean that Henry Ford made them his master. He retained the position of master, but he hired people who are smarter than him. That is how we have to treat AI. AI may be smarter than humans, but humans must retain being the master of AI. They cannot just give on the responsibility of being the master to a software, because software cannot be legally responsible. Legal responsibility and authority must be lying with humans. Humans should have the control. Basic thing is control. Humans should be able to control AI, and if required, they can pull the plug of AI if they see that it is not behaving the way we want it. This is the thing, and people are developing regulation for AI. There was a conference in London. That is a good start. So AI has huge promise and potential, but we must retain control always, so that it is in our control and it serves humanity, not the other way around. That's my opinion on this.
Rightly said, Mr. Pandey. So this brings us to the last question of the session, and here it is. We are building a community of industry magnates. The move is meant for cross-pollination of knowledge and building a knowledge-sharing community of corporate giants and industry experts. So what are your thoughts about these initiatives taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Heval Mehta, and the whole team of World Development Corporation?
I will say I have seen this kind of initiative for the first time. I was greatly impressed, and I think this interaction of ours is one of the steps in that direction. I must appreciate and congratulate uh, World Development Council for this, and that this I will say that it is an excellent thing to be done, and I'll wish all the best to uh, your organization to carry on doing this. It will help all of us. I think that because, as they say, uh, a big team is better than just one person fighting it alone. So we can all help each other out, and collectively our capabilities can increase exponentially manifold this way, and it will help in looking for talent among ourselves and in this team. So all the very best to you all in this endeavor.
Great. It was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will inspire future leaders. Thank you, Mr. Pandey, for joining us today. Wish you the best for your future endeavors. Moreover, trust that this initiative by Directors Institute has unquestionably expanded the participants' understanding and enriched their minds.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.